Got a couple new lights to look at today from Olight. This is the Seeker 4 Pro, and we've got it in the matte black and the cyber violet. Let's open these up and take a closer look. Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another flashlight video for you. Got the Olight Seeker 4 Pro. This one here, the matte black is in the neutral white color range. It's 4000 to 5000 K. And the cyber violet is the cool white version, which is the 5700 to 7000 K color range. But let's open these up and see what comes included. We'll start with this one here. Now it comes with this little warning card on the top that lets you know you do need to unscrew the tail cap to remove the insulating film that protects that battery from making contact. All right, well, let's take a look at the light first. Now the light comes with its own holster here, which is also how you charge it, but let's take it out real quick. And let's go ahead and unscrew the tail cap and remove that insulating film. You can see we've got a 5000 milliamp hour. It's a 21700 3.6 volt battery. Just make sure you put that back in with the positive facing in, and they'll screw that tail cap back on. Let's see what else is included in the box here. Now this here is a mount for the holster. You can mount this to the wall with the 3M adhesive backing that's included. There's also some screws and anchors in there if you'd like that, but you can just pull that off the wall whenever you need it. You could also mount this to a dashboard on your car or somewhere else in the vehicle. Let's see what else is included here. Looks like our manual, charge cable, and screws are going to be in here. Now it comes with a couple screws and anchors if you want to screw this mount in somewhere. And then here is our Olight charge cable. It's USB-A to USB-C. And we've also got the user manual and some safety warnings. Now again, this one here is the neutral white. And so it's 4000 to 5000 K, and it has a CRI of 70. Now the max lumens on either of these is 4600 and the max throw is 260 meters. It has 16,895 candela, and it has a 1.5 meter drop rating, IPX8 waterproof rating. Length on this is just over 5.5 inches, and the diameter is about 1.3 inches. Weight on this is just over 7 ounces, including the battery. Now there's two different ways you can charge this. You can charge it inside the holster, which has a little magnetic connector here and the little USB-C plug-in on the side, or you can also use the magnetic charge cable that Olight does sell separately. I've got a couple of them, but I'll probably just charge this one in the holster. So let's go ahead and get this plugged in and get it fully charged up, and then we'll run through that user interface and show you how everything works. Now, while that matte black one is charging, let's go ahead and open up the cyber violet and get that one set up and charging as well. That's a pretty cool look. It's got like a computer chip type of board printed on it. It's really neat how it fades from the light blue to the pink as the violet background anodized, so that's pretty neat. Also, by the way, the grip on this is a wraparound rubberized grip, and that does feel good in the hand. It's not too big, not too small. This is a pretty comfortable size for everyday carry, and I really like the magnetic tail cap feature. You can see here on the front part of the light, it's more of the tactical style. Let's go ahead and take the insulating film out of this one. I'm going to get this one plugged in and charging as well, and then we'll run through the user interface. Then when it gets dark, we'll take these down to the park and see how they look at night. All right, well, we've got both of these fully charged up and ready to go. Let's take a look at the cyber violet one here first. I'm going to pull it out of the holster. Now you can see that the lights come on here just for a second. The light on the left is the brightness level indicator, and then the lights on the right are the battery level indicator. In order to turn the light on, if you pull it out of the holster, it actually is unlocked right away. But if you don't turn it on within 10 seconds, the light will be locked. So if I push the button, it doesn't turn on, but it does indicate our battery level. In order to unlock the light, you just need to turn the dial 90 degrees either direction, and then it will light up here. You see the battery indicator is lit up and the brightness level. And then to turn it on, just push the button one time. So there's the cool white, and to turn it off, you just push the button again. Now, in order to get to moonlight mode, you press and hold that button, and that is at our lowest level, or that's moonlight right there. Let's compare that with our neutral white. Press and hold, and there's cool white and the neutral white, or it's a little bit more of a warmer white. Hopefully these are both showing up okay, but that is the moonlight mode, so that's pretty low. Let's go to low, press and hold. Let's go up to medium, and then there is high. There's the difference between the cool white and the neutral white. You can jump up to turbo by double clicking, and that's really bright. Wow, both of those are extremely bright. I'm going to hit those and turn them off. Now you can get to turbo with the light on or off. So if we press and hold, there it is in moonlight mode. You can jump up to turbo, again, really bright. And here with it off, we can also jump up to turbo just by double clicking. Same with this one here. Press and hold, there's moonlight, and there's turbo. Let's turn it off. Even with the light off, you can jump right up to turbo by double clicking that. Now we also have a strobe mode that is available whether the light is on or off, and that's a triple press. Now a little bit of a warning if you have sensitivity to flashing light. I don't want to give anybody a seizure or anything here. So we need to unlock the light, and there's a triple press, there's your strobe, and that is extremely bright, very blinding. Do the same with this one here, and there's the strobe in the neutral white. Now you can also change the brightness level with this dial right here. All you need to do is just slide that. So let's go ahead and turn them on. So they're both on in the moonlight mode. And then if you just turn that dial to the right, you can ramp them up all the way to turbo and ramp them all the way down. Even when the flashlights are off, you can adjust the brightness level before you turn it on. So you can just spin that rotary switch to unlock it. And then if you continue to spin, it will ramp up here on the side so that when you turn it on, it's in a higher setting. I don't know how well this is showing up in the camera. These little laser micro perforations is what they call this. So that's where the light's coming through, but it still maintains its IPX8 waterproof rating. Let's see, we can ramp this one all the way up and then turn it on. It doesn't roll all the way up to turbo with the light off, I've noticed, but you can ramp it all the way down to moonlight, or you can ramp it all the way up to high, I guess. Yeah, it's got the third light on and flashing. High, and then double click to turbo. Now these also have a timer built in, so you can have this turn off after 3 minutes or after 9 minutes. What you do is you turn the light on first, so let's unlock it and turn it on, and then you double press and hold, and you see it blinked once. That is now telling us that this is going to turn off or time out after 3 minutes. If you do it again, double press and hold, you see it blinked twice. Now it's going to time itself out or turn off after 9 minutes. Now you can still use the light in the holster, which is kind of unique. The only thing is you're not going to be able to get the highest setting. Turbo does not work when it's in the holster. Let's try that. Yeah, see, that's turned on, but that's not up to the brightest setting. That looks like maybe high. Let's cycle through low, medium, and high. But if you double click, you're not going to get turbo. It actually drops back down. Now you can still use the rotary switch to turn the brightness level up or down even while it's in the holster. Now if you let it sit for 10 seconds or longer, it will still time out. See, right now it's locked. You can still unlock it in the holster by spinning the dial and then pressing that button, and that turns it on. Pretty neat light. I really like the feel of this, and I do like that holster. I'll probably mount one of these in my vehicle. Now this is also designed so that you just have to push against it and it will slide out of that little clip if you do decide to mount this clip somewhere, whether it be on the wall in your house or your office, maybe even on your dash. This would be kind of nice. And then just to get that out, just push on it and it will slide right out. Of course, this is also ideal to wear on a belt or a pocket, or even, you know, on a backpack, some of the straps that have the horizontal strap. I would say this is a very nice EDC light. It's very comfortable to use. It's a good size, and it's extremely bright. You know, even if you're working security or in law enforcement, I do a lot of walking at night, and I do like to carry a light with me, and this seems like an easy one to carry. You know, it seems like every time I get a new flashlight, I say that this is going to be my new favorite light or going to be my new favorite EDC light, and you can see why. The quality on this is just really nice. I love the magnetic tail cap. If you've seen some of my other light review videos, if it's got a magnetic tail cap, that's important to me. This is strong enough to hold itself. It'll even hold itself horizontally on this old machete. It's very, very good light, very nice, strong magnet. Now, it doesn't give a whole lot of information on the emitters, but there are 4, and it looks like it's a little bit of a combination flood and spot pattern, but we'll definitely get a better look at this down at the park at night. So as soon as it gets dark, let's head down to the park and I'll show you what this looks like. I'm gonna do both of them. I'm gonna do the neutral white along with the cool white. I'm gonna go ahead and plug these back in and get them fully charged up, or get those topped off so that we have a full charge to go down to the park and see how these look, and then we'll come back and wrap this up. All right, well, it's nice and dark outside, and I've got the Olight Seeker 4 Pro fully charged up. I've got 2 of them here, the matte black and the neutral white, and I've got the cyber violet and the cool white. I do have a little light on the camera so that you can see the lights up close. All right, so first I'm gonna turn these on by unlocking them and turning them on in the moonlight mode. So just press and hold, there's moonlight mode. Again, this one here is the cool white, here is the neutral white. Now the moonlight doesn't show up all that great, but you do get a little bit of light there in front. We'll step up to low. You can get an idea of what that looks like. There's medium. There's high. Really puts the light out there quite a ways. And let's jump up to turbo. Really lights up this field. There's a bunny out there in the distance. Not sure he'll show up, but he's out there a ways. A couple of them actually. Really, really lights this area up. All right, this one is off. Now I'm gonna do the strobe just to give you an idea of what that looks like. Again, a little bit of a heads up or a warning if you have sensitivity to flashing light. There's the strobe pattern. Let's take a look at the strobe pattern here on the neutral white. Again, you can turn the strobe on from off or on. So I'm going to do a triple click and turn this on. Click it again and turn it off. Again, that's what the little indicators look like once you unlock it. Just slide it to unlock it. We can also turn the light on and you can ramp it down all the way down to moonlight, or you can turn that dial and ramp it all the way up to turbo. Once again, there's low, medium, and high in the cool white. You can see it's a pretty powerful beam. We're gonna jump up to turbo. Really puts the light out there, and that's a really nice, strong beam. It's kind of a combination of flood and spotlight. It's a really good all-around light. Let's take a look at the neutral white here as well. Gotta unlock it, turn it on, and we can ramp that all the way up by spinning that dial. There's turbo, and turn it all the way down to moonlight. Really easy to control that dial too. I like that. Really does light up the area well. Very impressive, very nice lights, and very comfortable, very easy to use. Definitely like these. Very nice lights. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Let's head back to the shop and wrap this up. Well, there you go. You can see these are really nice lights. This is a really good all-around flashlight. I mean, a perfect all-around EDC light, great for camping, patrol, work, even working on something, I mean maintenance, even plumbing or anything like that. And I do, of course, love that magnetic tail cap. That's definitely a plus in my book. Now, I do like that rubberized grip. It's definitely different than most of my lights, and I do like the way that that feels. It's really comfortable to hold even for long periods of time. Now, I do want to point out at the higher brightness levels, like turbo, for example, these are going to get pretty warm. These were starting to get pretty warm in the hand when I was holding these both at turbo at the same time. Now, they do have some fins machined in here to help with that heat dissipation, but they still were feeling pretty warm after a while. Now, as far as the user interface, very intuitive, very easy to use. You know, just slide that one direction or the other and that unlocks it, and then you can turn it on with one press of the button, and really easy to control, whether you're using that dial switch to turn it up or down, or just press and hold and ramp through the low, medium, and high. And of course, turbo, like most of Olight's lights, is a double click. Now, this does have more of that tactical design, as I mentioned, but this is a perfect all-around flashlight, a really good EDC light. Again, that holster just makes it easy to carry, easy to put that on your belt. Now, it's a pretty stiff plastic. It's kind of a little bit of a tug to get it out of the holster. That's probably a good thing. And of course, the magnet in the bottom does engage it as well. But again, it's not going to fall out on you, which is what you definitely don't want. You know, depending on how active you are, if you're running around or jumping up and down over walls and whatnot, this is still going to stay with you, and this holster should stay clipped onto your belt or wherever you have it. So I also like the fact that you can wall mount this clip holder or the holster holder as well. Very durable feel, very nice quality feel. Again, that rubberized grip just fits in your hand comfortably and super easy to use. Well, that's pretty much it. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. And of course, I'll get a link in the description where you can pick up either of these lights along with some of the other color options they have at Olight as well. Also, if you wouldn't mind, let me know in the comments which light you prefer, whether it was the neutral white in the matte black or the cool white in the cyber violet. Or if there's another color on the website that you prefer as well, feel free to leave that in the comments too. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.